Man, I've been thinking about this video idea for a while, and one question just keeps popping up in my head, bro. Does this guy Ye have another classic left in him? Like, does he? And when I say classic, I'm not just talking about a good album. I'm talking about something like The Life of Pablo, like Yeezus, My Beautiful Daughter's Fantasy, 808s. Albums that completely shifted the conversation around music. I could throw Graduation in there, but that's such a monumental album that it's almost kind of unfair to compare anything to it. It really captured a moment in time and really pushed hip hop forward in a way that's kind of hard to recreate, just due to the time. And, early 2000s were a fever dream, to be honest. But here I stand. I actually think Ye absolutely has another classic left in him. Now, I know a lot of people are going to point Vultures 1 is trash, Vultures 2, AI slop, or even say Bully, and he say he's washed. And his best days are behind him. I just don't see it that way. I just don't. I do think Ye got fucking lazy and he started fucking with the AI shit, and that took a hit on the music. But no, I don't see it in that general scope. One thing I've always said though is rollouts matter. People underestimate how much a rollout influences the way an album is received, bro. Like, the music could be incredible, literally, but if the rollout is messy, delayed, full of leaks, constantly changing, or surrounded by controversy, it really changes how people hear the album before they even press play, bro. Like, let's be real, guys. Let's be real. That's why I think Bully would have been perceived completely differently if Ye had just announced it, built anticipation with a normal rollout, and dropped it when it was finished, right? Instead, people had years of snippets, changing expectations, internet discourse, and preconceived opinions before the album even came out, bro. So, timing matters, bro. Timing matters, public perception matters, and sometimes an album doesn't connect because of the music. Other times it doesn't connect because people are already exhausted before it even comes out. And that's something Ye has really dealt with a lot over the last few years. And honestly, I don't think enough people separate the quality of the music from everything happening around it, right? Because when I look at Ye's catalog, right, I genuinely don't think he's ever made an album where I can't pull multiple songs that I love, right? Even the projects people call his weakest still have records that I'll throw into a playlist today without thinking twice, right? That's why it's hard for me to really say he's completely lost it. I really don't think he has. I think the biggest thing he's missing right now is the moment, right? He has the moment right now with the world tour. And now looking ahead, I actually think everything is lining up for him to drop another great project. He's talked about not actively, not working on a new album right now, which I actually think is a good thing. Means there's no rush. There's no rush. And he's also on world tour, right? He's living his life on tour. Take inspiration from that and come back with something more focused instead of forcing another release. At the end of the day, artists evolve through experiences, and after everything Ye has been through over the last few years personally and creatively, publicly, there's a lot of material to pull from if he chooses to channel into that, through the music. That's why I'm excited. I think this next era has potential to feel cleaner, more intentional, more focused. I mean, even like the song Gemini Season feels like being a small glimpse into the direction. It's laid back, melodic, has a level of restraint that I really, really like. But whether it ends up being part of the next project or not, it makes me curious to know where he's at creatively. And, at the end of the day, even though this video isn't me saying his next album is going to be a classic, I'm not saying that. It's me asking the question, right? Because if there's one artist who's earned the benefit of the doubt after 2 decades of completely reinventing himself, it's Ye. So I want to know what you guys think. Does he have another classic? Do you think those days are over and he's just dropping mid-tier music? Or you think he could pull another one before he retires for good? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.